Your knees pop when you stand up? Oh, boo-hoo. Must be nice having knees that, bend.
The grand plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can predict it down to a...
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Fish. The invaders.
You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. At the order of the Ascendant, we predict tomorrow. So you can have it better today. You are a necessary part of the plan. Therefore, you need to be part of it.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zerania Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. on. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? But we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir.
This is Factor Métaguier. Am I to understand you have orders from the abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me.
It evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and flinders.
So, has it been classified as an accident? Or an attack?
What I'd like to know is why our illustrious seer provided zero warning beforehand. What are you doing up here? How did you get past the gate? Forgive me. All this business with the lockdown puts one on edge. Everything appeared routine at the time. We launch transport pods into space regularly. They get collected. The Zeranium we refine here is used for power. It wasn't until we heard the explosion that anyone knew anything out of the ordinary had happened. I ran a systems audit on the launch sequence afterwards. Just finished constructing a report on my findings, actually, if you'd like to hear it. A transport pod full of Zeranium was fired from here, at Outpost Opportunity. It subsequently exploded in spectacular fashion. A low-ranking scientician. Been here for years. Presumably she's below in operations. Regrettably, that is all I know. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Apologies, this unit's conversation module is functioning intermittently.
The Proctor's a low-functioning functionary at best. I mean, just look at this mess. Explosion.
Well, running a manufactory must require extraordinary...
So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Interesting timing. May I see it then? The writ? Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume open warfare with Auntie's choice. One of our transport pods, filled with Zeranium, was diverted toward, or more specifically at, their location. We have a working hypothesis about who is responsible. The initial evidence looks rather conclusive. And we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations. This facility has been an archetypical example of constancy and regularity. Ergo, the last place anyone would predict anything unpredicted would occur. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions. Both of them? Well, one can hardly argue against thoroughness. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
Conversation is not possible at this or any time.
Initiate Alpha, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at...
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. I oversee this manufactory and all personnel, including those here under false pretenses. Apparently like this Initiate Alva. It's plainly obvious what her story is. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Not all of us spend every waking moment at probabilistic analysis. Some have even more difficult roles to play. Administration, for example. Those dedicated wholly to the math do still miss things regularly, I should add. Calculating the probability of events, well, it's something of an imprecise science currently. Oh, no, of course not. It's just some spend their days pondering. Some of us have to actually keep everything running. Now, let me tell you about this scoundrel. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Consider finding a human companion if you seek conversation.
This is important. Would you describe the Varachnid's Caliceri as slavering when it attacked? How much viscous
You know,
fluid
you
would
strike me
estimate
as someone
was
with a
involved?
very small
I don't know
body
anything about the
work.
fluid's volume. Thing attacked. I shot it. There's goo all over the spot it emerged. Measure that, maybe.
2 exemplars, dead as Pythagoras. No one's been inside operations
Of
since.
course she's hiding something. You think those 2 exemplars just
Factor
fell
said head on
wrong?
in.
They're hardly prone to involuntary self-injury.
Her actions prove
Alva's been here for how many years? I never noticed her. Just blended in with the scenery somehow.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now?
Glad those not skilled at math can fulfill some other function. I only question them being in roles of significant authority. May all your theories prove true.
And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. The entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. I was apparently at the wrong point in space at the wrong point in time. Really? Do you see me, a saboteur? Oh, don't they always attempt to, flee the scene? I'll tell you exactly what happened. Our transport pod leveled outpost opportunity. I immediately realized someone must have bypassed my terminal. I initiated a lockdown to block further tampering. Had I not, additional attacks may have continued. Now, despite a long record of dedicated service, who's being blamed for this calamity? Me, somehow. I've refused a few promotions over the years. Undemanding work provides me ample personal time for my stories. I enjoy speculative fiction. Does that make me suspicious? Dear me, I wish I did, but actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. The firing record should contain all relevant details regarding the launch. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not to destroy this facility with all of us in it. Was that reassuring enough? Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you have found something. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator.
Investigator? patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Auntie's being too dissuaded.
Our Earth Directorate friend.
Well, hello. Have an update to share with Initiate Alva?
Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time. Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. A recent security audit brought up several curious messages meant for an unknown party, sent from a terminal somewhere on the premises. We were unable to track down the whereabouts of this mystery terminal, but one message contained certain oblique references to placing blame. Nothing conclusive, yet enough to give me pause.
You examined the launch records, yes? Did you find anything, dear? I'd say they've obviously been altered, dear. Fancy that odor you detected, a sign of chemicals used to effect the falsification. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues of inquiry. A Zeranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think?
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
I expect the Zeranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit. Oh, I'm full of hidden depths, dear, but this isn't the time. Later, I promise. Anything you want to know, from my first science crush to my scientician aptitude test scores. All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
And may the plan guide you.
Always account for standard deviation.
to multiply, and you're the director agent around.
reactor's been in there a while now. Perhaps this conundrum is approaching a solution.
Yes, suppose you'll do. I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow venting has gone completely haywire. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort. Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested in what I have to offer. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet. May deliberate endeavors beget expected results. Gas is still on, I see. Guess I must wait for a specialist after all. No, yes, I have had my fill of stochastic uncertainty today.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Oh, hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
Hold on now. We should really discuss what you found, not rush headlong into making a verdict.
I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you, dears, to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Her possible involvement notwithstanding, Constance Svoboda is an Order Proctor, and I cannot abide her cold-blooded murder. Especially by someone we clearly know so little about. You are far more capable than some back manufacturing button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
Marisol's fine, thank you, dear.
I must admit, I'm not entirely sure. The rumors about your department, They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda.
It's sweet that you think you can stop me, but I'll elucidate this for you. At this point, you'll either need to trust me or back that worm Svoboda. That ridiculous little functionary upended my existence. For 20 years, I was Alva. It wasn't a good life I had here, but it was quiet. It was mine. It wasn't hers to take.
This would mean standing against a member of the Order. A mid-ranking one, at that. I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Not that I was relishing the idea, but you provided other options. Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything. Before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation. I appreciate your practicality. Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings. The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Clemens? The archivist? Ah, that follows, I suppose. Still more that I missed. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this place. Have to say, disagree with your decision about Niles. Agents who follow orders are an easy supply. Those of good character are hard to come by. Did you have something else to discuss? Do you now? Let's hear it. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, there's really little you or anyone need to hear about. Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. I see you're not going to let this lie, are you? Fine. Suppose I'll elaborate. Slightly. I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. My role there, you may recall, was head intercessor. I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while. To put it mildly, after the incident in question, seeking refuge seemed prudent. Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low for a time, but observe. So I'd relieved. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Pissar took office. To avoid undue attention, I remained in hiding. You mean siblings, parents, that sort of thing? I never knew my family. Children enter a communal care educational academy very early within the Order. Had a few instructors I was fond of, but no, they're all long gone. In Order society, parents often act as ancillary tutors or additional instructors providing independent studies. Such supplementary curriculums can be beneficial to a developing mind, or even fun. Or at least the other children seem to think so. I wouldn't know. Why our scientists are second to none, you mean? I know to an outsider this hardly sounds like a nurturing environment, but good teachers not only enlighten, they cultivate and inspire. They help students reach their full potential, as they did with me. Whatever's on your mind.
Sometimes with purpose. Don't you as well? Do you draw some moral distinction between avenging harm and nipping it in the bud beforehand? Between covert and overt means? When all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? Had a sense you felt that way. We'll see if situations force that to change. Some were proprietary. Often they involved forms of subtle persuasion, others more overt influence. Now and again, more direct means were required. Inquire away. I may even respond. That would have been a rather fanciful notion at the time. Why, the department didn't even exist until I was getting my second PhD. As a child, I dreamt of becoming a seer. Unfortunately, an instructor felt my ectopic thesis for one of my non-core elective classes, you know, just for fun, wasn't quite up to snuff to warrant a recommendation. I attempted to devise a predictive model that eliminated time altogether. In the same way the phonons are quasi-particles and not actual material objects, I found a way to treat time as a quasi-metric and not a necessary part of the predictive framework. Regrettably, in my excitement, I failed to show all my work and only earned a 99.94% grade. It was the rarest of errors, but the role doesn't, or shouldn't, allow for any at all. To speculate would be an unproductive use of time. That's not what the plan had in store for me. Besides, seeing what Anais went through cured me of my romanticized notions about the role. A life solely dedicated to predictive analysis, well, it's no stroll in the park. Orlo recruited me personally right after I became a double MD PhD. Some said I hadn't yet proven a strong theoretical background, but he believed in me. After my advanced field calculations earned me a dozen successful missions, those naysayers changed their wheedling tune. Suppose you can ask. Another crack like that, and you might just find out. Our department employed a variety of methods to obviate hindrances and threats to the Order's efforts. We were considered wardens of the grand plan, helping correct it when needed. All of us are part of the plan. We follow the path intended for us by the architect. We should, at least. Now and then, some push back against their path, but it never ends well. Corrections can take time, even delay in the solving of the equation. That's where we came in, to get things back on track in the timeliest of manners. May all our endeavors yield expected results.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. Well, regardless, I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
Negative. Recharge incomplete.
Not sure Inez deserved that. Starting to wonder if you consider us all similarly disposable. Who's next? Me? Val? Did you have something else to discuss? May the plan favor us against long odds.
Are you more of a Commander Zane-type agent or a buddy, Commander? I take it by your silence you're a buddy type, from the episode Private Eyes, where Buddy's vocal cords were torpified and he had to communicate through meaningful glances. One of my favorites. Resorting to violence. Vitals critical. Don't be standing by to stupefy. Violence. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Reviving me is strategically optimal. Torpificator at ready status. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. For torpification. to attack. Go for torpification. Medic, please.
Arcadia shall ever return to how it was.
Yes.
Good to see the Order looking after others. Sometimes that particular tenet gets lost among all the delightful math.
Tried to kill presiding Bishop Ruth.
chance. Or taste that 1-2 chance. Are there... At present, we do not have...
Administrator Agarwal tells me you played a pivotal role in persuading the refugees to abandon their petition to move into the exclusion zone. Well done. Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What would you like to discuss? But we are providing for them. As best we can, given our limited resources. Turning them away would be an act of far greater cruelty. Welcome back. I assume you're not here for that debate. Anything I can do to assist you?
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more queries.
No updates on my side of things. Anything I can do to assist you? Yes, what have you discovered?
Sorry, busy.
Not entirely surprised I had to abandon my cover identity earlier. Knew there was a risk if I took action, but when the attack on the outpost opportunity occurred, I had no choice. I do so hope you'll forgive my thoroughly convincing deception, dear. I'm not so sure Proctor Svoboda was capable of crashing cargo pods into additional Antes installations. Still glad I stopped it.
May all our travails add to the equation.
Unready. Patience. Still recharging. Negative. Recharge incomplete.